Working on the Corvair, tools scattered everywhere. It is HHH, hot, hazy, and humid. What am I doing to the Corvair on this gorgeous hot day? I wish I lived in South Carolina. I think I have a little bit of play here. I've been taking things apart. I almost melted my beautiful original condition brake line by heating it up with a torch to get it to spin without breaking the line off. This bushing slipped out of the shell. This is the control arm, this is the bushing shell, and that bushing should be inside there, sticking out just a fraction, not a half an inch like it is. So my alignment obviously is all screwed up because the control arm's there. I loosened those bolts and I moved them over and it's still rubbing, squeak, squeak, squeak. So I'm taking everything apart. I lost a couple of needles on my drive shaft, but it doesn't matter because this U-joint is toast. It's dry, and it lasted 54 years, but if you could hear that, it's dry. Yep, the same with the other one. These U-joints are finished. A lot of parts to take apart to get off this torque arm, strut arm, forward control arm. You've got to take off the emergency brake, which is what I'm doing right now with a hose clamp. You put the hose clamp around these 3 barbs. You can get 2 of them to pinch in and run through the hole. On my K5 Blazer, the washer on the other side had worn off, and I just welded a washer onto it, and the emergency brake works perfectly. This one's in fine shape considering it's 54 years old. So to get this off, I have to release the emergency brake off the backing plate because you cannot take this off far enough to get it to clear those bolts, studs that are built into this folded steel control arm, torque arm. The shock's got to come off, the spring has got to come off, a lot of parts have to come off so I can push in a new bushing, and I have lots of good new antique bushings. I just got one of these from eBay. Check this out, I've never seen this before. I broke my 7/16 Craftsman made in USA. It was loose on the nut, so I hammered it shut slightly, but I did it too much. I took a chisel to open it up and it snapped off. And we don't have a Sears store here anymore, so I went by a Sears store right outside the Autocross in Pittsburgh, but I didn't think to bring the tools in, but they're closing the store also. So this Matco USA cost me 10 bucks delivered, and it's got a flare nut on one side and an open end on the other, whereas usually flare nuts have a combination of a 7/16 and a 3/8, or a 7/16 and a 9/16, or a 3/8 and a this and a that. And you've always got to have 2 wrenches, one to crack it loose and one to turn it. And Matco said, that's so stupid. So I've just bought another one on eBay for 10 bucks delivered. That's the going rate. And I smell gasoline because my gas tank is overfilled of regular and it's dripping. Shoot! I should have driven the car around the parking lot. Yeah, those are my license plates. Uh-oh. Yep. You know, the best thing to do when you have a fuel spill is to light it on fire and it just burns it off. That's the best thing to do. Yep. Oh well. Maybe I'll jack up this side and stop that from leaking. It's not that it's hot today. 91 degrees. Time to use the Cadillac. There's a car show this coming weekend in Stowe, Vermont, but it's not in Stowe, it's in Waterbury. Air conditioning compressor seized. Junk. So I'm going to go into my parts supply. You want to see my parts supply? Let's go for a walk. Look at those brakes, brand new. This car is in such good shape. Remember what I was telling you? To clean the... Can I turn the light on? Yep. I was telling you to clean this little flap out. There it is. If you don't clean this flap out on any GM from the early 60s on, that's called the end of the flush and dry rocker system. You got to fill that with water and flush all the crap out, jack up the front as high as you can, and mine are spotless. But my other side rocker has a little bit of rust underneath. All GMs are susceptible to rust, but especially the late model convertibles. Not the hard tops. The convertibles have extra steel in there, and I think this one, if you look carefully at it, has a tiny little bit of rust. Yep, not good. But it's not rotted, it's just got a bit of rust. And if I stick my finger in there, nothing really in there. One pine needle. what I'll do is I'll put some fluid film in there one day and fill it up full. Let's go for a walk. I'm gonna get into the shade here. You know what I did today? Doesn't make any sense. I've got a dilapidated fridge freezer here. So at night I fill it up with water with a bit of juice and I put it in here. In the morning I take up some water and I put it into this container which is almost full. And I drink it during the day to keep hydrated and not consume too many calories because it's mostly water. And I can't find it. I put it somewhere and it's gone. I got my clamps. Look at this. Oh, I need to wear knee pads. Here's my spare tire that I drove back from Pittsburgh with, all age cracked. Let's see if we can see some of these cracks. It's all cracked. I put some hinged flanges on, and those are pretty weak, made in China. The made in USA ones seem to work a bit better. They're 3 bolted versus these 2 bolted ones, and they're a little flimsy, but they'll hold the exhaust system together. So I can drive this thing to South Carolina and dump it there. No inspection there, so I can get rid of it and never see it again. I gotta figure out why this thing, well, the wheels turned a little bit, and the exhaust system is rotted off. Where did I put that jug of water that I was gonna drink today? I don't know where it went. Let's see. I told you I would take you to look at my collection of Corvair bushings. Over here in my drafting office, check out the dampness here. Getting mold on these steering wheels. I just spoke to Billy. Turbo. I just spoke to Billy. He said, oh, that Tornado's sitting outside. It's all full of mold. Thanks a lot, Billy. Look at this. Starter bushings, springs, and shaft seal. And I've got lots of nice cracked original bushings. I wonder if these are any good. Amazing, huh? Cracked just from sitting. They might still be good. Probably rock hard. Control arm bushings. Shifter boots. Funny how Canadians say boot, eh? Boot. They've got a different twang to their tang. U-joints for earlies. Idler pulleys. All kinds of goodies. Lots of Protronics and oil cooler covers and spray cans and oils and license plate surrounds and asbestos exhaust gaskets and chrome windshield wiper arms and spark plugs and carburetor kits. Moto Master 69 Chevelle. I think I put this kit in 1981. Yep. 256 cylinder 69 Chevelle. 4-door post sedan, plain Jane. It replaced a 69 Camaro convertible, 350, 295 horse with a wood rosewood wheel. I kept the wheel. Car's gone. Long gone. Carburetors, all kinds of junk. Oh my. Yep, here's the only organization I have in the whole place, my U-joints, and I'll need a couple for the Corvair. Oh, have I got stuff. I love when you guys comment. I try to read them all. I don't have enough subscribers or trollers, luckily. I've only had a couple trollers along the 11 years I've been on. It'll be 12 years actually. Where did I put my juice? I'm not going to show you my desk. It's disgusting. R12, illegal. I don't know. Oh, there's some iced tea. You want that? Let's see what happens if you drink that. There's a bumper guard for the Corvair. There's my dust blower. I don't know where I put it. I don't know, it's around here somewhere. Oh yeah, there's the tire. What do you think? Think that's any good? Yep, junk. So I ordered some new ones today. I told you. 225 60R 14s from Discount Tire Direct. Close on Sunday to respect the Christian holiday, the day of your Lord, JC. Oh, look what I found. Look, look, look. Look, look. That was a dumb place to put it, right in the sun. Found my drink. That's the best thing to do sometimes, just start doing something else. All right, I'm going to drink some Poland spring water. No, it's filtered water, or whatever. It's spring water with a bit of juice. Looks like a urine sample. Let's see if it really is.